I'm David Cedar, the new Communist Party of America, a local rancher in the Cedar Rapids area. And my comment about the G20 today, which just concluded in St. Petersburg. The G20, the 20 leading GDP countries in the world, the bourgeois of the world, they agree on one thing, to keep the working people down. But they just can't agree on whether it has Syria or not. That's a minor difference. But the conclusion of what's going to be is workers have to work for slave wages all over the world, and we have to become paupers.
Well, don't you agree that basically fighting in a war like this is working for the man?
Yes, it is working for the man. It is very serious, but the real news underlying it is that they can agree on one thing, and that is the working people of the world are not going to get a square deal at all. And not even like after post-World War II. We're not going to get, good wages and stuff. I mean, talking about the UAW workers who make $15 an hour on the assembly line, that's the same as the 1968 minimum wage in today's dollars. So, we don't see a whole pay place in the world. There's anemic job growth in the United States this month. I mean, the jobs aren't being produced. So, what ruling class is fit to rule if they can't provide for the workers that make their world go round? I mean, we have, instead of us making food, they have to feed us, right? Food stamps have gone up 40.
How about thinking about it like this? A little bit different way. You know that Syria doesn't have any IMF debt.
Right.
And they work on the petrodollar.
Right.
And so there's no Rothschild bank there.
Yeah.
So there's no slave master that lives there, therefore makes it prey to attack.
Well, there's an asshole there, but he's not our asshole. But
actually, he is our asshole.
Kind of, yeah.
From history.
But, yeah. This is a contest between the rulers of the world over a little piece of real estate. Of course, it's all going to backfire. I like that thing on Facebook today about Pearl Harbor was just a shot across the bow, too. No boots on the ground.
9/11, same thing. No boots on the ground, and I feel very strongly about that.
And if all they're going to do is hit airfields and missiles and things like that, because you can't destroy the chemical weapons because now release them into the air, and that won't prevent it from using it again. And certainly, if it gets desperate enough, we will use them. After the Air Force and missiles are gone, we will use them.
Do you think that it was the government that was responsible for the chemical attack, or do you believe the rebels were responsible for the chemical attack?
Both are possible.
Well,
and apparently, from what I read, the missiles, they carried much more sarin gas than the Iraqi missiles into Iran did, about 10, 20 years ago. So that's very serious. I mean, think about these being released from Syria and Israel and Lebanon, by a desperate Assad or in Hezbollah. It doesn't make any difference. Both of them are creeps. So, yeah, there's no win using a hammer of war in this situation. We got to talk about, eliminating chemical weapons. We got to talk about providing the refugees that have fled Syria into Jordan and Iraq and Turkey, and take care of those people and persuade them about the benefits of peace and freedom. Because it's not going to persuade them of that with war, because war is a blunt instrument. And of course, the war that the ruling classes is doing against us, that's blunt too. I mean, it's the same kind of war, except it's a little more passive.
I heard Wesley Clark say something earlier on a video, and he said,
wasn't it 7 countries in 5 years, 5 countries in 7 years? Yeah.
Yeah, and he said when your only tool is a hammer, you look at every problem like a nail.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
right.
I like that.
Well, that's what they've got to. They can't do anything about getting growth in the world. They can't do anything about the banking crisis and all the recurring crises of capitalism, unfortunately, of the ruling class capitalism, not the little mom and pops. We talk about. I'm talking about the ruling.
But can we even say that capitalism in America is truly capitalism?
No.
Since the dollar isn't backed by gold.
Capitalism you and I talking about, most people would call socialism.
Exactly.